Hey guys, I'm Lukamundo, and welcome to the Dyson Sphere Program, Episode 2. We're picking up right where we left off, where we had both the iron and copper production going. We also had conveyor belts going, which is great. They're being produced relatively smoothly here. We've got tons of iron. We've got tons of, well, not tons of gears, but we do have gears in there, and I think the gear production is actually going pretty well. I'd love to see that gear production be a little bit better. I might actually work on that first thing. So let's go ahead and let's get another assembler here. There we go. And let's extend this over just enough so that we can get some of that resource in there. Let's get some more sorters. Let's get 10 more. Of course, we're going to be producing by the tens, I suppose. Matter of fact, we should probably start producing the sorters as well, which can be, can be something that's helpful. But I want to kind of get my initial production going. So let's go ahead and look at my sorter production. So this takes a computer chip. Now, I think these assemblers do computer chips. Let me just exit out that for a second. They can do everything, right? Yes. Okay, they can. So I do need another assembler. So let's go to here. And you know what? Let's produce 2 more. You know what? Let's produce 4, but we'll have 2 come and then 2 come later. There we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll put another sorter right here because we're going to need to dump it out faster onto this conveyor system because we're going to have the assemblers right here. Grab the copper, grab the iron, and then pump out a bunch of computer chips. Yes, because then after it takes computer chips, then it's going to take computer chips and more iron. Okay, so we need enough space to split off the iron. So, can we do logistics too? No, we can't, but we could really use this splitter, and we do need to have... Oh man, maybe we should work on that at a later date. I'll show you for right now how you can split conveyors without actually having any issue in the early game. What you do is, let's say, you have a run like that of conveyor belt, and then you want to put another one right here. And then you want to just put a sorter in, just like that. See? There we go. That is how you can split things off, and you can do it anywhere you want because, you're just using a sorter to split it off with. We're going to add in one of these assemblers, and we're going to, and I did it this way because I want 2 assemblers here, I think, producing what I'm going to have being produced. Let's go ahead to here, and we need computer chips. Now, computer chips take copper, so I also need copper to be coming in. So copper is going to have to run down this early direction, and we're going to kind of send it like this, down like this, and over like that. There we go. And then we're going to put another assembler, because I want 2 assemblers doing this, to be honest. And we're going to send this conveyor belt down here like that. There we go. And then we're going to have a sorter go in from out far. So we're going to do... Oh, can it not do that? Oh, because I don't have any more sorters. Well, that would be a trouble, wouldn't it? Let's go ahead and produce... Let's do 20 more, I suppose. Boy, they're getting expensive. All right, so let's go ahead and copy and paste that too. Awesome. So we're going to be making computer chips. And so how this mathematics works, right, is that I want to have 2 sorters going into it of iron, and I want to have 1 sorter of copper. Why? Because these things are 2 to 1, right? So in order to create computer chips, it is 2 iron, 1 copper. And so that's exactly what I have going in. Now, I probably don't even need that many, but it's contingency for later when I upgrade these to MK2s, because then they'll be fast enough and they'll already be set up. All right, so now all we've got to do is run a conveyor belt out of here, and it's connected all up. Now, I know our power is like way overloaded. I get that. I know people are already commenting probably like, hey dude, your power. I do know. I do know for sure. Let's go ahead and work on these sorters. These sorters are computer chips and iron plates, which we've already got iron ingots, I mean. And so, yes, I know. They want us to build matrices. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. And let us get another assembler. Kind of the last 2 here. I'm thinking of 2, right? No, I guess we only need one for now. Let's try one. And if it's not working, it's not working, right? And then let's go ahead and get some power. So we'll toss some power right there. Actually, no. We will not toss power right there because that's going to be in the way. Let's go and toss power right there. There we go. Sorter. There we go. All right, so we've got sorters going in. So sorters are sorting the sorters. And yes, it's being sorted. Good. So many sort words. There we go. So we've got our sorter production up and running. So we've got conveyor belts and we've got sorters, and all in this nice little cramped space here. We've got everything we need. So it looks like we do have a surplus of gears. We've got tons of conveyor belts. We've got sorters incoming. Let's go ahead and... You know what? These are circuits, and I don't want these circuits to be late, right? So I'd love to build them up. So there we go. So what we did is we've added a storage now for the computer chips. That way they can continue creating the computer chips, and then we'll just dump computer chips out as needed onto the conveyor belt, but this storage will build up. So on these particular ones here, we're going to go ahead and build up just so that these storage units do not get overflowed. And see, it's already stopping production, and I really want that production to continue long term. And how's this doing? This is doing pretty well. So these matrices are computer chips and coils. Let's go ahead and start making coils. So it looks like we have to divert some of our iron production, and we have to go out this way. So let's go ahead and get some conveyor belts out this early direction. Then we're going to go ahead and do, there we go, magnets. Let's go ahead and copy that over. Perfect. Now we've got magnet production. Excellent. Ooh, now we've also got power production problems. Let's go and try to see if we can figure that out. Smelting, semiconductor, thermal power. That is exactly what we want. We're going to want thermal power at some point very soon because, well, thermal power is definitely needed. That's going to give us the coal factory, and we've got coal right here. We'll be able to power this whole entire thing super, super easily. Now, this particular one is matrices. Now, can I just make the matrices? I can. Let's go ahead and see if we can produce 30 matrices. There we go. That way we can get the power underway, because we definitely want to get rid of some of these very terrible wind turbines. Only producing 300 kilowatts each is awful. Ooh, and we've got the electromagnetic matrix milestone. Fantastic. 9. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's what we want right there, baby. So let's go ahead and get some storage out, and let's start getting it at least into a stored container. Let's also connect this all up to our current power situation. Let's go ahead and let's get 3 of these guys producing power. All right, guys, we did it. Check that out. Thermal power plant is producing. Oh my goodness. So thermal power plants, if you're interested, they produce 2.16 megawatts of power. We're generating 5.4, and we're consuming 5.5-ish. So my goal here is let's just get like 2 more, right? Let's just produce 2 more. And then we'll have a plenty of power to be able to power my entire system without any windmills. We can remove those completely, just have some power lines throughout, and that would make it a much cleaner system first off. And we are able to get another milestone, the thermal power milestone. You've activated a thermal power station for the first time using coal as fuel, mastering a new way of generating electricity by converting all available fuel in the universe into energy. Well, fantastic. Fossil fuels, here we come. And we're just gonna pop in 2. I think 2. 2 for each should be perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and pop in, this one and that one. There we go. I know I got 3 on that particular one, but now that everything's slowed down, because these things are going to go through coal a lot slower, which is great for us. Let's go ahead and just make sure that is, yes, that is, that is going so well. I love it. Let's go ahead and pump in Let's see. Let's do a third inlet, and let's do a third outlet. And I'm just going to go through. It looks like we've kind of need one over here. So let's go ahead and pop one over there. It looks like our entire network is doing well. We actually have power everywhere else. So that is great. I actually want to make one more because it looks like we are just on the verge of our power requirement. We're at 83% load, which is, you know, that's a pretty decent load. And that's not including these smelters because these smelters are currently offline. So these coils require both copper and these standard magnets, which is going to be a bummer. Now, we need the coils and computer chips. We're producing computer chips over here. So these coils, I'm actually going to send all the way over here to actually patch into the system, if you will. What we're going to need is first storage unit. So let's go ahead and get a bunch of storage back. There we go. Let's get a bunch. I actually want all three because there's going to be a lot of backup. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and send this all the way over here, and we're going to try to produce those electromagnets. Plus, we already have the computer chips going, so we just need the electromagnets. I think I'll want to put them in somewhere around here, because oh dear, so we're actually not producing enough of these computer chips. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a big bummer. I've had to go ahead and look at updating my infrastructure a little bit because we're not pumping enough of the steel, or the iron ingots out onto the conveyor belt, but we're needing it to produce even more computer chips, which is what exactly these guys are gonna do. So let's go ahead and copy that recipe over. There we go, and they'll start to grab and produce. Excellent, excelente. So now let's go ahead, get our conveyor belt going here, and let's shoot it up over the top. Yes, up over the top. So how do we do that? We just use our up arrow. There we go. And then we're gonna drop back down just like that. And then we're gonna scoot all the way over here. Actually, that is perfectly lined up. There we go. So we've got a ton of those coils coming through, those magnets coming through, and we're going to be making those fantastic magnetic coils. So let's go ahead and do that and that. And these guys do need power, so let's toss in some power. Then we're going to dump the coils out onto this mainstream here. Let's go ahead and add a small conveyor belt. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. Till we get our splitters. That is going to be how it's going to be. And I just realized I did the wrong thing. Wonderful. So these magnetic coils do not take computer chips, but I do need computer chips. They actually just take raw copper, which is interesting. So I need to get copper over here. I've got plenty of copper right here, so we're going to kind of split off here. So I've got to move this. So let's move that power out of the way. Let's go ahead and pop it right here because that's kind of where it's split anyways. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and run a conveyor belt along this stretch, and we'll kind of run it out to, I don't know, maybe over to here, and we'll kind of patch that in. Let us go ahead and remove that particular piece right there, and then let us grab a bunch of this copper ingot, and let's add that in with a couple of sorters. Now, unfortunately, that's going to make things go a bit faster with this guy, and he does need to keep up. So we're going to have one there, but it's not very efficient. Honestly, it's terribly inefficient, I should say. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, so now we're not producing enough of these iron plates. Oh, fantastic. Oh, the whole thing just keeps getting better, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and create 3 more of those. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to deal with that in this episode. But let's see. What do we got going on here? This is assembling these magnetic coils. All right, and the magnetic coil assemblers are away. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit of storage. Let's pop them right here. Let's go ahead and grab a conveyor belt. Let's run the conveyor belt up. And let's grab a sorter, toss that on there, toss this sorter on here, toss this sorter here and here. Perfect. Oh, there we go, guys. There we go. Look at that. Look at this fantastic little operation we've got going. We've got awesome power. We've got awesome production, conveyor belts, and sorters, and now we're working on the coils. But that'll be it for this episode. Oh my goodness, it's been another crazy, fantastic episode. Thank you for joining me today, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you later. See ya.